What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing Warzone in 2022. We're going to see how the game holds up 2 years later, look at all the changes that have been made over time, and if it's still worth your time. Yeah, I remember when this game first came out. It was right around the time that the COVID lockdown started for the first time back in March of 2020, and the timing could not have been any better. I mean, Warzone definitely would have been successful no matter what because it's Call of Duty and it's Battle Royale and it was free to play. So there was no way that shit was not going to be successful, and plus Modern Warfare was the best-selling COD of all time, and this game is built off of Modern Warfare. But releasing the game at a time when everyone was stuck at home and had nothing else to do was definitely a very good thing for them financially and helped put the game on the map. Me personally, I know a lot of people may disagree with this, but I actually found Blackout to be a much better Battle Royale mode than Warzone. I know Blackout was not nearly as popular as Warzone was, mostly because Blackout was not free to play. You actually had to pay $60 for Black Ops 4 in order to access Blackout. But I'm pretty sure if it was free to play, a lot of people would still be playing Blackout. And I'll make a Blackout video sometime in the future. But yeah, I did find that to be a little bit more fun than Warzone. Not saying I don't like Warzone or didn't like Warzone, but yeah, I think Blackout's a little bit better. But I still would argue that if you were to make a top 5 list or maybe a top 10 list, Warzone would definitely be on the list of best Battle Royale games of all time. And there are rumors going out there that by the end of 2023, Warzone is going to be discontinued and there will be a brand new version of Warzone, pretty much an entirely new game called Warzone 2, which I hope is not true because they did build a really good foundation over time. And for them to just abandon that seems like a waste of opportunity for me. Like, you know, you have Fortnite, Apex, PUBG. Those games remain the same. You don't have a PUBG 2 or Fortnite 2. You know what I mean? Like, it's still the same game evolving over time. I really don't want them to just get rid of Warzone. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But as of 2022, Warzone is definitely still worth playing. There's still plenty of updates, plenty of content that keeps getting dropped in the game over the updates, over the seasons in Vanguard, and you know, it was Cold War last year. So pretty much all the new weapons that come with the new games we've been getting ever since Modern Warfare. So 3 Call of Duty games, all the content in those games, all the weapons have been ported over to Warzone, for better or worse. You know, there are some instances where that hasn't really been good for balancing, especially in Cold War, where the weapons didn't really translate that well into Modern Warfare, or into Warzone rather. And you know, there are also some Vanguard weapons that, you know, are not very well balanced. And it is worth mentioning that with a lot of the stuff they've been adding in, they also took a lot away from the game, most notably Verdansk. The original map in Warzone is no longer playable. Right now you can only play on the new map, which is Caldera, the Pacific map. And you could also play on Rebirth Island. There are a couple of playlists going on every now and then. You know, it's always like a limited time thing. It always goes and comes and comes and goes, like back and forth. But as of right now, and you know, this can change in the near future because you never know with Warzone, it's always changing. But as of right now, as of me making this video, you cannot play on Verdansk, which is not a huge deal because that's literally the only map we've been able to play for 2 years, so I can imagine a lot of people are tired of playing on it and are fine with just having Caldera. But hopefully, like, you know, when it reaches the end of its life cycle, or maybe like when Vanguard's life cycle is over, they can bring back Verdansk and we can have 2 maps to play on instead of just 1. Because that is one thing that I really like about PUBG, is just the amount of map variety that you have in that game. But Warzone doesn't really have that. That being said, I do enjoy playing on Caldera. I think it's pretty much on the same level as Verdansk in terms of quality. I think, you know, just visually, I think it's a lot better than Verdansk because you have all these, you know, trees and it's nice, it's beautiful. It's very aesthetically pleasing. The way they designed the map, I think, was very well done. But it is World War II themed, so the helicopters from Warzone, which I know a lot of people really enjoyed using, including myself, and a lot of the modern weapons and vehicles cannot be used in Caldera. Now, there are, like, certain modes that actually allow you to use the Modern Warfare weapons right now. I mean, again, this video is probably going to be irrelevant in 2 weeks as far as the information I'm providing, but as of me recording this, there is a quad mode where you can play on Caldera, and it has all the operators and all the weapons from Cold War and Modern Warfare that you can use. But as far as the regular modes, like if you're trying to play solo or duo or trio, like from the regular playlist, it will not allow you to use the weapons and operators from Modern Warfare and Cold War. It's specifically locked to Vanguard and the World War II timeline. And that's something that really sucks in my opinion because, you know, I've been building up these Modern Warfare weapons over time. I have all these attachments unlocked, and I invested a lot of time into progressing with those weapons and using them in Modern Warfare and Warzone. Not being able to use them in a lot of these modes and only, like, as of right now, only being able to use it in quads when I'm antisocial and don't like playing with people at all, like communicating on the microphone and all that, that's just not my thing. So being forced into that, kind of like in Apex Legends where you only have trios, you know, you can play solo, but your options with weapons and everything are very limited, so, you know, I kind of feel like I'm being forced to play with people and I don't want to, which is something I don't like, but again, that can very easily change very soon, so it is what it is. But yeah, overall, I would say that Warzone is a good experience in 2022. I think it's one of the best Battle Royales out there. I think of all the Battle Royales, I personally like the gunplay in Warzone better than all of them. Besides, I think Blackout's gunplay is also very good. But yeah, just from the gunplay and the visuals and, you know, the vehicle variety and all that kind of stuff, you know, which has kind of waned over time because they have taken a lot of stuff away. But still, you know, even with the Pacific updates, even with Vanguard and all that, I think Warzone is still one of the best Battle Royales that you can play right now. They introduced a lot of good mechanics that you didn't really have before, like the Gulag, where you can pretty much, you know, have another chance, because that's the thing that sucks about Battle Royale, is that once you die, you're kind of done. But at least with the Gulag, you have an opportunity to come back and, you know, have another try at it. You know, and the custom create a class and all that kind of stuff that you don't really have in other Battle Royale games, but you do in Warzone. So it is a very unique experience. Just because it's Call of Duty doesn't mean that they didn't actually innovate with this, because Call of Duty is typically, you know, not known for innovating, at least not these days, but with Warzone, they actually did. They actually did. The hacker problem is not really gone, but it has gotten better from, you know, my experience and from what I remember back in 2020 and, you know, even 2021, where the hacker problem was so bad that the game was pretty much unplayable, and I quit because of how bad the hackers were. I quit the game for a very, very long time. Now, they have this ricochet anti-cheat thing, which doesn't work as well as they say it does, but it does. It is helping. It is definitely helping, where there are actually plenty of games where I don't run into a single cheater, at least not from what I could tell. Also, with all these updates come a lot of compatibility problems and issues with performance. I know for a while, Warzone broke Modern Warfare, where it was like a solid, 2 months that Modern Warfare was completely unplayable, so that was a big problem. And with Season 2, I'm experiencing a lot of issues where my game is just crashing, and I have nothing, like, there's nothing I could do about it. It just randomly crashes every now and then, and I'm in the middle of my game, and it just crashes. So, yeah, that's another thing that really sucks about Warzone in 2022. I'm sure these issues will be fixed eventually, but, yeah, just to expect that there will be some problems every now and then. You know, the more shit they add in the game, the more problems you get. So that's another aspect of it. But I would say overall, it's still worth it, you know, despite some of the annoying things like the hackers every now and then and the performance issues with the updates. I still have a good amount of fun playing it, and I think you will too. You know, if you haven't played it before, definitely give it a shot. And, you know, if it's been a while since you played, especially before the Pacific update, definitely try to get back into it, because there's a lot of changes that have been made. A lot of new weapons, the new map, of course. You know, so I think you should definitely give it a shot, whether you're a new or an old player. I say give it a go. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Warzone in 2022. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you still play it? Why or why not? And what do you think? Like, how would you rank Warzone with all the Battle Royale games? Do you think it's one of the best? Do you think it's one of the worst? Or do you think it's, like, kind of somewhere in the middle? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.